You know, some songs just feel like they've always been with us, right? Like they're part of our collective DNA. Born Free is definitely one of those. But what if I told you that this incredible anthem to freedom was nearly erased forever? It's a wild story of rejection, a little bit of rebellion, and a last-second victory that almost didn't happen.
I mean, just listen to that. It hits you right in the chest, doesn't it? In just 6 simple words, you get this powerful mission statement for how to live. It's so much more than a lyric. It's a declaration that we all have the right to be ourselves. What a way to start a song.
And here is the absolute craziest part of this whole story. The song that would go on to win an Academy Award, the song that defines this very idea of liberty, was literally cut from its own movie. The producers were absolutely convinced it was a total dud.
So how did we get so close to never even hearing it? Well, let's go back to 1966, where a team of all-stars was putting together the theme song for the movie Born Free.
And look at this lineup. It's a dream team. You've got the legendary John Barry, the James Bond theme guy writing the music, the amazing Don Black penning the lyrics, and that incredible voice, that's the one and only Matt Monro. They knew they had created something really special. The movie's producers, however, they thought the exact opposite.
So the producers listened to this beautiful, soaring piece of music, and their verdict is uncommercial. Can you believe that? They thought audiences wouldn't get it, that it just wouldn't sell. So they did the unthinkable. They completely removed it from the film's big, fancy premiere in London. Just like that, the song was gone.
But of course, that is not where the story ends. This is the part where a little bit of defiance saves a masterpiece, and what could have been a total failure turns into one of Hollywood's greatest comeback stories.
This timeline just shows you how close it came to disaster. Imagine being Matt Monro and Don Black at that premiere, waiting for your big moment, and then nothing. It never comes. Once they figured out their song was cut, they went right to the producers and fought to get it back in. They managed to succeed, but just barely. A shorter version got tacked on to the end of the movie, right over the closing credits. But that was just enough to make it eligible for awards.
And you know what? That last-minute eligibility changed everything. The song that was written off as a commercial failure, the one that had to be fought for just to get into the credits, was now somehow in the running for the biggest award in Hollywood. The year was 1966, and the stage was set for a showdown. And it won. Against all odds, Born Free took home the Oscar for Best Original Song. Talk about the ultimate I told you so. It was proof that the creators knew exactly what they had, even if the suits didn't see it. The song they almost threw away was now officially the best song of the year.
But winning an Oscar wasn't the end of this song's wild ride. Oh no. Its path to becoming a global sensation was just as unpredictable as its creation.
Okay, get ready for another twist. Matt Monro's original Oscar-winning version, it never actually made it onto the pop charts. Isn't that wild? The version that became a massive smash hit was actually a cover by pianist Roger Williams, which came out the same year and flew up to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100.
And the song just kept on living. Its appeal was so universal, it jumped across all kinds of genres. An R&B group called The Hesitations had a top 40 hit with it. And then, decades later, in 1991, a British comedian, Vic Reeves, released a version that went all the way to number 6 in the UK. This song just refused to be ignored.
So why? What is it about this song that gives it such a hold on us all these years after it was almost thrown away? Well, the secret, I think, is in its simple but incredibly deep lyrics.
The writing here is just brilliant. It doesn't just say, hey, you're free. It connects your freedom to these unstoppable forces of nature. It makes freedom feel less like an idea and more like a fundamental part of the world, something as real and natural as the wind.
And then the song gives us a mission. This line taps into that universal feeling we all have, that desire to live without barriers, whether they're physical walls or mental blocks we put on ourselves. It's a call for unity that feels more important now than ever before.
So when you put it all together, this is what the song's really about. It's about this idea that freedom is our birthright, that it connects us to the natural world, and that it lets us live as our truest selves.
The song is really arguing that every single life has value, simply because it was born free.
And this is the final powerhouse statement. It's the ultimate mic drop. Life isn't just a little better when you're free. The song argues that freedom is the one thing that makes life worth living at all. What a bold, uncompromising, and beautiful idea.
So, we end here. A song that was nearly lost becomes an Oscar winner and a hit for generations, all because its message is just that powerful and that timeless. And it leaves us with a question to think about. What does that incredible idea really mean in our own lives? What walls do we need to break down to truly live up to that amazing promise of being born free?